So we're left with a -1, and we need to, so we can't just cancel it without the negative if there's subtract. And we need to have something left in the top. So I'm just going to hold the numerator with a 1. What's left in the denominator is 2 times x times y plus 3. So when you get done factoring, cancel what's in common and write down what's left. 14 is a minus problem, so pay attention to what is in the middle. So this is one factor. X plus 5 is a factor. X plus 1 is a factor. We need a common denominator in order to subtract. So that means this side needs x plus 5 to match. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by x plus 5, minus 5, sorry, plus, gotta pay attention. Now to make this side match, I need an x plus 1. Whatever you multiply on the bottom to make it a common denominator, you have to multiply on the top to get that common denominator. Okay, so now this denominator, we now have a common denominator of x plus 1, x plus 5. That's ugly writing, sorry. The top here, I have 3 times x plus 1, so I'm just going to distribute. 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 1 is 3. Minus my common denominator of x plus 1, x plus 5. Now I'm going to distribute the 4. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 5 is 20. Now we have to be very careful here because we are subtracting. Because I'm subtracting, I have to distribute that negative. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this a addition problem and distribute the negative all the way through the second fraction. So then I get 3x plus a negative 4x is negative x. 3 plus negative 20, negative 17. All over my common denominator of x plus 1 times x plus 5. That's it. All right. This is a divide problem. What's the rule for division? Multiply by the reciprocal. So first I need to I'm just going to factor my first fraction here. 2x minus 5 plus 5 all over. Now I need to factor the bottom. X plus 4. Hopefully this is getting easier. The difference of two squares, x plus 4, x minus 4. I'm going to change my divide into multiply. And then I have to multiply by the reciprocal. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to factor this and I'm going to put it on the top. So notice there's a GCF. 2 goes into both and they both have an x. So I'm going to divide each piece by 2x. I'm left with x plus 4. Then I'm going to factor the top and put it on the bottom. It has a common factor of 6. 6 goes into both 12 and 30. So divide everything by 6. 2x plus 5. Okay. Our 6 here, you can think of this one of two ways. We know 6 is 2 times 3, so I can rewrite using factors, and I'm going to cancel. This 2 cancels out this 2, but I'm still left with my 3. This 2x plus 5 cancels this 2x plus 5. This x plus 4 cancels out this x plus 4. Now I still have an x left in the top, and I have 2x minus 5. I'm going to put the x first because it's just all by itself, then times 2x minus 5, and you can just leave it factored. It's easier that way. On the bottom, don't forget about this 3 times x minus 4. Final answer. All right, if you want to pause this, I need to make room to do 16. All right, so this 6 is over 1, but I need to have a common denominator. This denominator is x plus 3. That means this denominator needs to match because it's a minus problem. I need a common denominator when I subtract. So I'm going to multiply top and bottom by x plus 3 so that I have my common denominator. Then I'm going to distribute the 6. 6x plus 18 minus, and I'm just going to put the minus 5 because what's my common denominator? X plus 3. And now I can combine my like terms, 18 minus 5. So I have 6x plus 13 all over x plus 3. Final answer. All right, last 3 problems. So 17 is the easiest one yet. Factor the top, factor the bottom, cancel what's in common. You have to factor though. If there's not a GCF, 2 parentheses, top and bottom. All right, so a squared, I need a and a. Then factors of 10 that add to get 7, minus 2, minus 5. What goes on the bottom? A plus 2, minus 2. Factor the top, factor the bottom, cancel what is in common. I'm left with a minus 5 on the top and a plus 2 on the bottom. Getting close. So the last 2 are add and subtract. So that means I need a common denominator for both of these. In order to get a common denominator, I need to look at the factors. So factor the top, x plus 2. X and x plus 2 minus 2. So that's this denominator. I need an x plus 2 and an x minus 2. When I compare the first denominator to my second one, I already have an x plus 2. Now I need an x minus 2. Since I have to multiply the bottom by x minus 2 to get a common denominator, I also multiply the top by x minus 2 to get a common denominator. So I have 4x. I'm just going to bring this straight down. Minus 3 times x minus 2. And I'm going to put this all over my common denominator of x plus 2 times x minus 2. Then we just need to distribute the negative 3. So I get 4x minus 3x plus 6 all over x plus 2, x minus 2. And I can combine my like terms. 4x minus 3x is 1x plus 6 over my common denominator of x plus 2 times x minus 2. "19 is very similar to 18. The first denominator is completely factored. I have x plus 1 as my only factor. My second denominator, I need to factor into 2 parentheses, x and x plus 1 minus 1. When I compare my two denominators, this has both x plus 1 and x minus 1. This just has x minus 1. That means I need to multiply this denominator by x plus 1 so that they match. Anything that I need to multiply on the bottom, I also need to multiply by on the top. So I distribute my x squared plus x times 1 is just x plus 3x here all over my common denominator of x plus 1 times x minus 1. Now I can combine my like terms, x plus 3x, so the x squared's still the same, plus 4x all over x plus 1 times x minus 1. Final answer.